There are places that remind you just how lucky you are to be here. And this is one of them. We are Carla and Lida, and we swapped a career ladder for something totally different, wandering the world in our Defender PANGO. Join us in this week's ride along South Africa's famous Drakensberg, via misty valleys and through Golden Gate Highlands. It will be magical and real.
Just wrote down wipers.
Look at this. Where's the disapproving look now?
Wander along with us.
Welcome back, everybody. Last week we left you at the Sani Pass. We had just made our way down. And now we are here close to Underberg in KwaZulu-Natal. Lida is busy with stuff that comes with overlanding as well.
Yep, laundry.
Laundry day. But we cannot complain because look at this view. Worst places to hang your laundry, eh?
And we were so lucky because we asked, actually we got a tip from other overlanders who said you must check out this campsite, but they were full, the campsite was full. And then we texted back and we said, we really only need, can we squeeze in somewhere? We only need a place to stand and maybe use the bathroom. We don't need electricity. But no, they let us park in front of one of the cottages and we're basically allowed to use.
You've made a ravage again.
Sorry. But if you look through or behind the ravage, beautiful cottage. And yeah, we can use the ablutions in there. And I think later we're gonna sit there and enjoy the view.
I'll let you see one more time.
We are on our way to something totally different.
Yes, we are going to Splasy Festival. It's a music festival in Underberg.
It's supposed to be amazing, great artists, beautiful surrounding, weather is gonna be good as far as we can see. So
hopefully we don't get stuck. No, it's going to be amazing. So we'll show you what we can, but otherwise,
see you
on the other side of the weekend.
Last week you saw one use of this item. This is another one. Comfortable.
In the jungle, the mighty jungle.
Ready?
Almost ready.
Hello. We left the campsite of the Splasy Fen Festival this morning, and we were there for about 4 or 5 days, and we really enjoyed it. It's a beautiful area. We had a great view of the mountain from our camping. We had good artists. Last night we had the Glovo Youth Choir as one of the acts. Oh, it was spectacular. And this morning, packed up. It's a bit misty and we couldn't see much, so we took the easy route. We took the highway, the N3. So what we're doing now is sort of driving around Lesotho. Last week you saw Lesotho in the video, and we came down the Sani Pass over the Drakensberg Mountains into South Africa. Now we sort of skirted around it through the Natal Midlands. We are going to the Bergwil area, Amphitheater backpackers, and there you have a view on a section of the Drakensberg, the Amphitheater. And I used to love that as a child, and I was also there as an adult, and I wanted to show Lida what it looks like. So that's where we're going to stand and hopefully have a view if it's not too cloudy and misty. So this whole area that we're skirting now is actually part of the Maloti Drakensberg World Heritage Site. It's a large park with more parks inside. But this area is a heritage site for natural and cultural reasons. All the sun, rock art that's there that was developed through, I think, 8,000 years of them living there. And it's just a beautiful natural area with the mountains, the escarpment coming down from Lesotho into South Africa. That drop of, what did we say, 1,500 meters or something. So it's worthwhile to visit this area.
I'm trying to miss the potholes. I'm not hitting them on purpose.
Yeah.
I have good faith for the weather though, because it's actually super sunny now. So
yeah,
it's gonna stay that way. I'm not sure if you can see it, but it's beautiful, the layers in the landscape. So you have the hills and then the very pointy rocky mountains behind it. Cool.
Oh, I found a project. Found a project for us. Don't you think? You've seen better days. It would be cute. Okay, let's see what the view is of our campsite.
When was the last time you were here?
I think when I was 25.
16 years ago.
No, don't. Shh. got a little friend. Yeah. But the halloumi is still mine. Yes. Hello. Hello, Jong. Hello. No meat. No kitten food. No nothing here. He says he likes cheese. You heard that there was cheese here.
Cheese is mine.
Okay. So,
What's in the making?
wraps. To use everything that's in the fridge. Everything will be on a wrap. It's a wrap a la everything.
Wrapped.
Wrapped up. Okay. What I scored from the farm stall. So today we are going to cross from Natal into the Free State, and then we hopefully go to the Golden Gate Highlands Park. So hopefully we can show you some beautiful stuff. Otherwise we're going to Clarens anyway, small little town, a little bit of artsy-fartsy town with a lot of tourist things. There's a brewery, there's a lot of restaurants, and a nice little camping apparently. So yeah, let's see what today brings. Caught in the act.
Cheese on it. So
She had a disapproving look on her face, especially when I mentioned this. But now, where's the disapproving look now? Ignoring me.
the mist is clearing up and we're driving past the nature reserve. It's called Sterkfontein Dam. It's 12,000 hectares and more than 50% of it consists of water. It also has various veld types from Karoo to Savannah, and what was the other one again?
Afro-montane. So yeah, we can see, like, as we're driving past the sun over the hills, you have this wide open savanna type veld, and then the mountains rising on the sides. And we've even seen some wildlife behind the fences, bontebok, and we saw some blauwildebeest and
Zebra.
zebra. Yes. So yeah, I didn't expect this now. So very nice. And then hopefully we can go to the park as it is clearing up, and it will be worth it. Coffee break before we enter the Golden Gate Highlands National Park. So we just found a little spot off of the viewpoint. Look at this area. So the Golden Gate National Park is one of the only areas that are protection areas for grassland biomes. Normally that's not something that gets a lot of attention in conservation. So you can see the grasslands around us. We'll see more of this as we enter the park. But what it is especially known for is the golden sandstone rock formation. So as the sun falls on it, it has this golden red and yellow glow. And that's also where it got its name. The Dutchman that had the farm area, Van Reenen, in 1878, As he came in, he saw this light glow on the sandstone, and it became Golden Gate. Another Dutchman. How's the coffee looking?
Almost done, almost done.
Okay. Then we can head into the park.
Yeah.
We'll drive through. So it looks like most of the road is a national road that just goes through the park, which is free of charge. And then if you want to enter areas and go hiking and so on, then you pay a fee or a permit fee. We won't be camping in the park tonight. We'll be going to Clarens to see what interesting things they are to savor.
And look how the weather cleared up, eh?
Yes. This is different from this morning, huh? Hurry up.
Clarens feels like a place that moves at its own pace. Known as the jewel of the Free State, it's a small town with a big creative soul, filled with galleries, cafes and streets that invite you to slow down. So, that is exactly what we did.
Lekker.
We're doing a beer tasting. How fancy is that? In Clarens. I have blonde ale, Caledon lager, citrus haze APA, and sandstone IPA. And you?
I have a blonde ale, a red ale, a sandstone IPA and a Swartland stout. So, cheers. So this morning, late morning, we left Clarens. Yesterday we walked through the little town a bit, explored all the little shops and checked out the restaurants. We left this morning out of the Free State on our way to Gauteng, to Pretoria. We will be staying with friends for a few days. We have some admin we have to do, we have appointments and we have to buy some stuff for PANGO again. And now we're just sort of on the outskirts of Johannesburg. It's the first time we've been in a large city for a while. We even have our long pants on.
Which is very warm, I must say. But first, before we drive into the driveway of our friends, we need to make an important stop. Pango is still carrying way too much mud of Lesotho with him. So, car wash it is.
Look at this shiny beast. Just a quick wash and go, and it already looks a ton better. Nice, well deserved. Looks like a city car. So you saw that Pango was clean outside, still needs to be cleaned a bit more inside. But while we're doing that, we also need to see what needs to be replaced while we're in the city with the shoppies. So, like one thing, look at this. It did not last through Lesotho because we used it quite a lot. It is old. This has already been replaced. So either I need to try and fix it myself or a new one. Then on the mirror of the driver's side, you might have seen in the previous videos that we had to duct tape it. So I think we'll need a whole new mirror. Hopefully that's not too expensive, but it can't look like this. And other than that, I need to check what spares we have now. So I'm sort of making a list, take out everything, and then see what we have, see what we need, and we'll go from there on Monday. So what do we have here? Some wheel bearings and clutch slave cylinder, seal, and rotary filter, oil filter, fuel filters, and then still have some extra brake fluid or clutch fluid, oil, and grease. And this is not Coke bottles, these are oil. So we had leftover oil from a previous service, which we don't have space for a 5 liter, so it went into Coke bottles, but don't worry, I cleaned them thoroughly. And then up top on the roof there's also spares, so let's go look at that. First box, all the extra hoses, like the hose top, and we had some flanges and other seals, as well as other bits and bobs like insect spray, clamps, all the essentials in life. A mix of stuff, Dremel stuff, extra snorkels and goggles, and shoes we not using, a multimeter. I mean, malaria tests. What more would you need? I do want this, the riv nuts. As I showed you, the knob of the diff lock and low range was broken off, and our friend Danny, with whom we are staying, has not for the first time helped us with a very practical solution, and he said maybe we can use a nut coupling. So this we took, we roughed that up a bit. He drilled in some holes on the sides of that inner diameter of the knob to give it some grip, and we mixed in a cold weld. So first we thought maybe a quick set putty, but I also had this steenfas, a cold welding. So it's a mix, it's a compound that you mix, and it sets solid. So I think it will be stronger than ever. It looks good. Just look at this. Not too bad. I'm very happy with that. It's cheap. These things are almost more expensive than you think. But
We are on the highway, on our way to Jonathan, a British 4x4.
Luckily.
I was just making, going through our list. What are the spares we need? What are the parts we need? Just wrote down wipers. And what just happened? One of the wipers just broke off. And it landed on the bonnet between our max tracks. Carla now put it back. But yeah, no, they're definitely not on the list for nothing. What are you looking at, Jonathan?
I just want to look at the idlers. So
Where?
we got one there. We got one there.
The one that was replaced in Kenya.
I think you replaced one of these, if I remember correctly. I can go back on my WhatsApps and check. And then the other one is a tensioner. That one is a lot of work to check. It seems fine.
Come bearing gifts. What's happening?
Nee, ons kyk vir jou. Hulle sê jy's die hooftechnicus, ons moet dit vir jou.
Ja, hulle vra my vrae. Ek sê
Well, I thought if
Well, where do you want to put it?
but I just want to use it.
What's that?
This, this new thing. This.
No, I think we're going to try and maybe just cut this one there.
Okay.
Give it a groove and then run.
Yeah, that's fine.
Wat as ek hom net so op die kar sit?
Baie geraas.
Hy het gesê iets gehoor. So toe vervang hy dit maar.
Okay.
Because when we were broken down just before that.
If it swings back, it knocks the windscreen.
Okay. So what is this?
That is adapters for different vehicles.
Okay, okay, so we don't
So
know
you don't
that.
Verskillende
Okay.
applikasies.
Okay.
Some vehicles have a narrow one, and some have a thinner where they actually fit into the wiper arm.
Okay.
I don't get on it. You give you a little bad, isn't it?
Yeah. Hopefully this keeps another 25 years.
Jonathan has been helping us before, and he's again now with some spares and some fixes. They have brand new spares, but also second-hand stuff. So, yeah, great. Some checks and fixes, but all in all, everything looks good. It's always nice to pay British for a visit and see the vehicles they have. Look at this one. A cool 90 bucky. Let's see what else is here in the back. I do feel it's always bad weather when we are here, but
See, told you it would work. It's better than ever. But now we are all set and we will be leaving you here for this week. We have been trying to do weekly episodes, but you will only see us again in 2 weeks' time. Firstly, because we won't be boring you with all the admin stuff we had to do in the city.
and secondly, because we're working on a few very cool projects behind the scenes. We can't share too much yet, it's all still in the pipeline, but we will once we can.
So join us again in 2 weeks' time for more wandering around South Africa.